Welcome in, campers, to this choice board menu where we're going to be talking about the Omnibox as well as some safe search hacks, tips, and tricks, stuff like that. All right, so for starters, what is Omnibox? It is the all-knowing box, right? But this is essentially your URL bar, right? Your web address bar, where you type in different web addresses to go to them when you are surfing the web within Chrome. But Chrome likes to have a fancy title for it, so they call it the Omnibox. Now, the reason they call it Omnibox is because it has many different uses for it. It's not just for typing in web addresses and hitting enter to start browsing the web. So what are those other uses? That's why we have this handy dandy little graphic right here for you, and that is to show you all the different tools that are embedded within the Omnibox. So think of it as Chrome's Swiss Army knife, if you will, to provide all these little pop-out tools that you can use just by putting your cursor right there in the Omnibox. How many times can we say Omnibox in this video? I don't know. Keep track. All right, so the first thing first is you can type your search term and then come up with your search results, and we're going to talk about what to do with those results in just a minute. But let's go through these other ones that are really quick and easy to use. First one is just type in flip a coin. It's going to let you flip a coin. Type in weather plus your zip code, and it's going to give you a quick weather report. If you type in the word timer and then put in an amount, it's going to allow you to have a timer set for that amount of time. Also, if you highlight any word that you see on a website and drag it into your Omnibox, it's going to automatically define that term, which I'll show you that in just a second too. You can type in equations using plus, minus. For multiplication, it's the asterisk, and for division, it's a slash. So you can just do a quick calculator that way. If you wanted to roll a dice, let's say you're playing a game real quick with your students and you need to roll a dice, just type in roll a dice. You can also do some unit conversions and measurements. Boy, I'm getting all my words mixed up today. But just type in, 1 kilometer to, and then whatever other unit of measurement you want to convert it to. You can also do the same with translating languages. So if you just translate and then you add the word that you want to translate, it's going to give you some options for which language to transition or translate it into. All right, let's see some of these live real quick. So if I go to a new tab and I type flip a coin and hit enter, it gives me this handy dandy little coin here. I just click on it. It's going to give a nice fun little graphic. It's going to flip and then it tells you tails or heads. I can do flip again. And again, nice easy little graphic that you can use at any given moment. It literally took me seconds to type it in. If I hit the little drop down here, you'll see it's got a list of a whole bunch of other little toys and tricks that you can use, so that if you want to just keep this open as a saved or pinned tab, you have access to this whole toolkit as opposed to having to type in each of them individually. All right, you've also got some games and toys here too that you can play with. All right, so that was flip a coin. Let's go back real quick here. The other one was weather plus zip code, which I'm sure you're not that interested in. So let me skip ahead to the timer one here. So if I just type in, and again, I can do this in the Omnibox or in a Google search, but I'm just going to hit timer. And the default is always 5 minutes, and it's always set to timer, but I can switch it to stopwatch. But all I have to do is type in, let me just reset here. If I click, is it going to let me do it? Let's do 5 or 50 minutes, and I hit start. It's then going to give me that. I can make this a full screen thing if I wanted to. I can turn off the chime when it's done. A couple different options there. So if you use a lot of timers in class, that's a great way to do it. Hit stop there. Let's see, the other ones were the calculator, roll a dice. Let's try that one real quick. So again, I'm in the Omnibox, roll a dice. There it is there. I have options for different kinds of dice, different size, amounts, but I just hit roll and it gives me a random outcome. And a few more real quick here. I was going to show you the highlight and drag a word. So let's say I was searching for this, which we'll get into in a minute here, but let's say I wanted a definition, even though I've got it right here. Hold on. let's say I want a definition of the word planets. If I highlight that and drag the word into my Omnibox and release and hit enter, it's going to give me the same search, which typically has a definition as well. But let's say I had a different word, I can do that too. But any word that I find on the screen, let's see, let's do solar. So if I type or highlight the word solar and drag it up into the Omnibox, it's going to search for that, and then it can also give me the definition. Okay, so just a quick way to instigate a new search, if you will. All right, so that's just a few of the little Swiss Army knife tools built into the Omnibox when all you have to do is type it in, and there you have it. So let's now go into what to do with your search results or doing a safe and smart search. So I've got this other little graphic here that's going to go through a couple different things. So your components of a smart search here, you have filters, which are indicated in the red box here at the top. So this is looking for different types of files, if you will, or types of resources to do with the search term. So you've got images, news, books, videos, a couple other options that appear along the top there. If I select the images icon, it's going to pop up with a little tools bar. And when I hit tools, it's going to open this one here that's blue, where I can search for images of a certain size, color, type, and time when it was essentially uploaded to the internet. I can also, with the image search, look for usage rights. This allows me to make sure that whatever I do find and use, I am free to do so without any copyright issues. So I would select Creative Commons licenses so that I am okay to use it no matter what I'm using it in. But if you have it searched under all, it's going to come up with things that are licensed, that are copyrighted, and if you use it, you are subject to those copyright infringements if they do catch you. So something to keep in mind of and something to communicate with your students. But most districts will have kind of a filter already set up with their student accounts so that it's automatically only showing them results that are Creative Commons licenses. All right, and then the last thing here you can do is with the search term that you use, you can add modifiers to kind of fine tune your search to get certain things that you're wanting and certain things that you're not wanting out of it. So for modifiers, these are little things that you can type in after the search term in order to give you different results. So if you add the @ symbol before it, it's going to search social media account names. If you add a money symbol, it's going to give you prices of things. Hashtags is things that are trending on social media. If you put a little subtraction symbol or minus sign, it's going to make sure that whatever is after that is not included in the search results. If you wanted it to have the exact words that you're searching for, put some quotes around it. If you wanted a range of numbers, you can put a couple dots in there. If you're wanting to combine two different searches, you can just put capital OR in between so that you're getting results for both of them. If you know it's a specific site, you just don't know the name of it, you just know a keyword that's in the site name, that's where you can add that site : to find specific websites. And then any other related stuff you can put related. So let me show you real quick so this video is not too long here, but I've got that same search up here for planets. And I'm going to click on the images search results. And notice here where I have the word tools. If I hit tools, this is where it displays that other sub menu of tools. So I can search by size. So let's say I want a large image because this is going to be the background of a slide deck that I'm going to use for a unit. Let's say I want to keep it with a certain color scheme, even though there's multiple colors in the solar system here. But let's say I wanted to stick to more blue planets. If I click blue, now I get ones that have a majority of that color in it. For type, I can say I want it to be clip art, so it's kind of a drawing, if you will, or computer generated. If I want it to be animated, I can select GIF, and then it's going to show me some different options there. And you see it has the word GIF in the bottom left corner. So if I click on it, it should show me a full preview as to if it is animated or not. So you see there, it's got a subtle little rotation happening, which is nice. Okay, so then I can click out of that and click on any other ones that say GIF to see what that animation will be. For time, I can say I want it to be very current. So again, if I'm looking for solar system, maybe I want something that does or does not have Pluto in it, or Pluto getting picked on. And then I get those usage rights again, where I can choose, all right, I don't want to get in trouble if anybody sees this and thinks I'm trying to make money off of it or misuse it in some way. So if I click Creative Commons licenses, yes, it is going to filter out probably the ones that you wanted to use, but now you know for sure that you can use any of these that you have found.